Hi, I'm Jason Gorber, and we're going to look today at the Urbanista Austin in-ear headphones. Oh, so much glare. I've been looking at a bunch of Urbanista products over the last, year or so, and some of them are actually really interesting. They have a unique design philosophy and always name stuff after cities. This one's named after Austin. Shout out to Franklin's Barbecue. And Gordo's Donuts and all kinds of amazing things that you go to Austin and eat, but that's another video entirely. Nonetheless, you might want to wear these headphones while you walk around Austin if you wish to visit the lovely city down south. Nonetheless, the Urbanista are sort of, I think it's fair to say that it's sort of in their mid-range earphone in-ear. They don't necessarily have the latest and greatest in terms of specifications. They're just meant to work. I mean, one thing that's really great about them is that they actually provide really decent resistance to moisture and stuff like that. So you can be pretty confident that you can wear them as a sort of commuting pair of earphones, or just maybe even like workout. Heck, wear them while you're in the bath. Whatever makes you happy. I think that this is the way to go. On the back, it hopefully tells me all the specs about it. There's a 5-hour playtime, a total playtime of 20 hours. The case itself is obviously a chargeable battery. So when you take the earphones out, you put them in the case charges, it does this thing. It has dual microphones, touch controls, voice assistant support, water resistance, IPX4, which is not the crazy water resistance. You're not going to dunk these and have them work, but IPX4 is certainly good enough for walking around in rain and stuff like that. You're not going to actually formally damage it, even sweat. USB Type-C and Bluetooth 5.3. So inside the little box, you get this sort of weird, I know it's coming out a little bit weird, but you sort of have the egg-shaped unit. Underneath the cardboard box, we have a box for the USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and then you have some documentation that shows what you're doing and a little bit about the Austin. Inside the documentation, it shows just a getting started and what the touch controls are. So to touch it twice for play, pause, calls, answer, call, hang up, and if you hit it 3 times, it'll do a track change. If you hold it down, it'll actually do your Google Assistant, and then you have the charging case, the full manual being online. So very simple, very straightforward. So these are not earphones with, robust noise canceling or anything like that, but they're certainly good enough to make phone calls. The microphones are okay. In terms of wind rejection, it doesn't have anything. Again, you're looking at something that just does what it's supposed to do, which is have pretty decent sound for a pretty decent price. The egg itself is not water resistant. There's no flap over the USB-C, but it is at least a standard USB-C charger. I've actually seen some that are actually coming out here in 2023 that still have some of the older charging specs, and certainly this is the way to go. And inside you have these. You can see they do come in a number of colors. This one is sort of mauvey purple thing. But yeah, they are solid plastic earbuds that look like this. The sort of, almost like a music note, and they fit in. There is here where the actual driver is, another driver indicator where it actually goes off to the side. At the bottom here, we have one microphone here and another microphone on the side. So as they get inserted into your ear, as they go in, they sort of stick out and they fit in like this. And you get it. That you just have the earphones, and then again, touch control with the little stems. What's great about them is they're very easy to take out. What's not so great about them is that they're a little bit of a challenge based on the sort of way that they fit. There's no give, like it's big solid plastic, and I've gotten used to the sort of either foam, memory foam, or even the rubber that sort of seal the ears. I personally, with my ear shape, prefer that. But there's a number, there's obviously a certain fruit-based company that had earphones of not a dissimilar design for many years, and some people actually prefer this. I find in my ear, especially with all my hair and getting caught in the hair, the little stem, my hair sort of knocks them out. Also, just in terms of the sound, because you kind of have to aim this, the driver directly into your ear canal if you want. You either get it that it's pretty tinny, sort of very trebly, and then you realize, oh, you don't have it adjusted right. And then when you get it right, you get what's really pretty bass prominent. Now, for depending on what you're actually listening to, if you listen to a lot of hip hop, if you listen to a lot of dance music, these will be great. This is absolutely tuned to your experience. For me, who tends to listen to a little bit slightly more acoustic music, there's certainly very bass heavy, certainly leaning there. To get the treble, you kind of have to aim it a little bit outside of your ear canal, and then you lose all bottom end. So getting the balance right is a little bit of a challenge. The touch controls were fine. I found the battery life lived up to its expectations. They're light enough. They're not the most comfortable thing, again, because they don't have much give. I didn't find them falling out too much, but what happened is just with a light tap, or even, as I said, my hair sort of getting underneath it as I move around, and they actually, for me, sort of fell out of my ear a little bit more often than I would like. But again, what are they designed for? They're designed to be very portable, very easy to use, sort of mid-range pair of earphones, and they do a decent enough job doing that. The sound, as I said, was fine. I've certainly heard better, I've certainly heard worse within this range. Slightly more bass heavy than I would preferred, slightly less comfort fit than I would have liked, and slightly annoying. Slightly annoying how my hair can actually keep knocking them out as I drop them on the floor. So yeah, there's a charging light on the front, and other than that, these are a decent pair of earphones that are comfortable. The case is nice, it fits in your pocket. I would use these probably as a secondary pair. I probably wouldn't use these as my primary, but you know, for me, sounds a little bit more integral to the experience. For listening to podcasts, totally fine. For listening to things where you're not so worried about super loud environments, when you're not super loud about super worried about incredibly loud environments, these are definitely a way to go. Again, I like the company. I believe that their fit and construction does well. I've had a couple pairs that I've really listened to for a number of months and have had no issues with them whatsoever. The battery charge is kept up. Those are all positives for it. There's no application support for this. The application support only on their other higher end headphones, earphones as well. So basically, you take them out, you pair them. It was super simple to pair, and they play. They're good. I think is satisfactory is probably a word I would use. Not the best, not the worst, but certainly well within the scope of what you're expecting. So yeah, that's the Urbanista Austin. Give them a listen if this is sort of fits sort of where you're looking at. I might consider sort of jumping up within their model line. There's a couple new interesting features there. I prefer, as I said, the ones that actually fit a little bit more comfortable in my ears, but these might be perfect for your ear shape and perfect for your use. So give them a listen and let me know in the comments what you think about them. The Urbanista Austin, thanks so much for watching. Let us know in the comments, as I said, about any experience you have with them or any questions you may have. We will see you next video. All the best. Take care.